one of your biggest pieces of advice for writers is to read like a writer. What does that mean?
Well, I was, when I talk to school kids, I say, if they ask me this question, I say, first, you should always read for enjoyment the first time through. Just read and have fun. But then if you want to be a writer, go back and read very carefully and try to analyze what the writer did to cause the effects that he or she caused and, created in these scenes. So how did this author manage to make you cry or laugh or keep madly turning the pages because you just couldn't stop reading? You're so filled with suspense. And just look at how did that happen? How did they arrange those words on the page to make you have those responses and those feelings? And I still do it. If I'm working on something where I, really want to tug at the heartstrings or something, I'll go read a passage in a book that I know did that for me and really study it. How do they pull that off?
Does that ever feel like my mother was a dental hygienist, and the result of that is every time she talked to people, she would just look at their teeth and see what the style was. So when you do that on a book that you've loved, does that make that experience a little bit more detached and diminish your love, or does that increase your love for the artistry on display?
It definitely increases my admiration. I don't do that when I'm reading a book for pleasure. I just read it for the story, like most people do. And I'm not like analyzing as I go. I mostly will read a book and then remember, oh, there was that one scene where I just was crying and crying. So how did that happen? And I'll go back and try and find it and then read it. And so sometimes it's just so amazing. It's like you can't figure it out, Like I've gone back and looked at things, and it's like that's all there is there. That's all, and yet it's had this amazing impact in some way. Genius. That's genius. I don't know.